What's going on, guys? This is Red Feather, and today I would like to welcome you to a tiny monthly series, somewhat, that I'm going to be working on. About 2 weeks ago, I had a video idea inspired by Grubby, Wolfblood Seven's brother, who reviewed a players' hangers, and I thought, why don't I do the same as well? So that's what we're going to be doing. And during in that community post, I think I've gotten enough responses. So this will be interesting. And to get out I'm also gonna give credit to every of the players who are part of this. Now, apologies for later in the video if I stutter a lot. Have huge apologies for that. But before I keep rambling on, I would like to go ahead and ask y'all to drop a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. So to begin, and we're gonna be going ahead and starting off with Death Trooper, and if oh look at this. So right off the bat, we got ourselves a good start with the Baihu Luchador, with maxed out with the two Kraken Vajra and an Inferno. That looks fearsome. It definitely a contender for. I know the Luchador is gonna pretty much everything is gonna, and as well as everything is gonna get nerfed in the next update. But this is still an incredible build. Now, Noir Shenlu with two times Ultimate Igniter with a Feng Bao. That should be a very strong combination. And I know that myself, despite the fact that I never ran it. The Frozen Dagon with Blight. I certainly find the Blights to be overrated on the Dagon, so that's why I run the Magnetars on mine. And also, is this uh, alright, so he's not using Daredevil for his Dagon, but I still think that's awesome. And probably the most recognizable part about his hanger is he's probably the one person I know of who runs the Leo. And look at this thing, my friends. This thing just looks so. I already think the Leo is a good contender for an ultimate. Well, that's from what Death Trooper says whenever I see him. But he's got the cudgels and hammer. I do think the jump unit is a tiny bit out of place, though. But hey, you make use of what you got. He's got a Hiruko. I do think he pretty sure he needs one more upgrade token to get that thing to max. And he's got Manny as the pilot. Overall, I think that's pretty good. He's got a Mark III Raptor. I may have missed the Mark II and 3 on his other robots, but who cares? He's running double Aramis and Subduer. I always thought that every time I see this combination on, say, like a Raptor or a Curie, I do think it's a bit weird, but I'm honestly not that complaintive about. But, who cares? You run what you got. I'm not the person to judge. He's got Adrian Chong as the pilot. These right off the bat, the skills are nice. I do think you need to get a slightly level. And then he's got Orochi with Baihu Steak. I do see that. I do see this as like a cheap Lynx, but I do wish the Orochi was a little better. That's generally just my opinion. Overall, I'm gonna be rating their hangers on a scale of 1 through 10, and that will go for all of their hangers. So I'm assuming this is his main hanger, and I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. The reason I'm not giving it a full 10 out of 10 is because of the Orochi. I think the Orochi slightly holds him back. Overall, I think this hanger looks good. Let's look at the rest. And now, the first thing you may notice is that there is a Mark III Scavenger Griffin. Aside from the Reaver Bolt, I think the Scavenger Griffin is like one of the rarest special editions in the entire game. Like, hands down, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure there's something rarer, but I think this is the rarest thing in so far. He's running hazards. He is mixing with the hazards and punishers. He even has the pilot for it. And I'm honestly pretty excited to see how the Ultimate Griffin will perform once it releases. He's got another. He's got a regular, maxed out regular luchador with Vajras and Kraken Mahavajra. I think it's all right. He's got Mark II Ultimate Destroyer with Ultimate Pulsar. I know the Ultimates are controversial nowadays, and I do agree with most people that the Ultimate Pulsar is the weakest, is probably the weakest of them all. Overall, I think that's still pretty good. It's a Mark III Gothic Mars with Mark III Gothic Fainters. I honestly thought the Mars was so cool when I first saw it, and wanted to run one for the longest. But after it got nerfed to its current state, that dream automatically died out. The Mark II Jaeger with Reapers. I will always get a kick of seeing a Jaeger in a hangar. Either the regular one or the solid one. Even running Alex Werner. I do think the Jaeger, out of all the robots that already have a legendary pie, I think the Jaeger needs a much better one. Since only allowing its built-in weapon to function the same as the railguns when they're effectively not the same range is a bit ridiculous, but that's just in my opinion. And the last one is the Retro Crisis with mixing with Kang Day and Retro Reaper. Um, oh well. You make use of what you got. Even though they don't have the same range, the Kang Day is 800 meters and the Reaper is 1100. I still think this is okay. I don't know if this is like a display hanger for like what I do, but I'm gonna give this a 7 out of 10. Move on to the third one. We got a Newton right here. A maxed out Newton with a maxed out Tonans and Fulgur with another Fulgur and a Scavenger Dazzler. I could kind of say the Newton is probably one of the most unfair Titans in the game. And that's even true when it came out. Like, its ability to lift a single player out of cover without any drawbacks was so powerful. I do wish it was slightly better. Despite how unfair it is, I think it's a pretty cool Titan. Mark II Ardent Blitz with Ardent Tejas. I think this looks pretty good. I would assume this is a PvE hanger, judging by the Blitz and the Seraph with the Ardent Hawanji. The unknown Seraph, I meant. Not this one, with Crick the Redeemer. But you're gonna get. We got a Baihu Links with this stake. In the classic Links build. That's alright. We got the Nether with spears, with 3 Ardent Spears and a regular one. The Nether is essentially the same as like the Newton. It looks cool, but it was nerfed way too hard in the rebalance. I still think this is okay. I would assume this is a PvE hanger, just because of the Nether, Seraph, and Blitz alone. For this one, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10, just because the Ardent Blitz. You almost never see this thing. And the last one, we have a level 81 Rook with two Oxys and an Argon. I will almost always get a kick of seeing the ice rockets like the Rhyme, Cryo, Glacier, Argon, and Oxy on any robot. There's some of my favorite weapons in the game. And the fact that the Cryo, Rhyme, and Glacier are getting buffed in the next update honestly has me excited. Curie with Boombox Devastator. I'm pretty sure this will be strong for the time being, well, before it gets nerfed pretty hard. Got a Dagon mixed with Tamer, Trickster, and Punishers. I kind of have some middling feelings. Like, that, whatever. I do think the Dagon, it looks pretty cool. But I'm assuming these last 3 are storage hangers. That's at least in my eyes, though. The Mark II Shenlu with Boombox Devastator and Fatal Havocs. Once again, the good Sonic Shenlus I'm always gonna get a kick of, because I love the Shenlu and the Sonic weapons as a bunch. The Pathfinder with Cryptic Hazards. I like the Pathfinder. I run one myself, and I think it looks good. And last is the Unknown Achokachi with Unknown Splinter and Shatter. I perfectly matching these together. Overall, Overall, I think Death Trooper is it's quite solid here across the board. And as for all of his hangers, I'm not gonna come do the math and do say a 7 out of 40 or such. Just I'm gonna give it an 8.5 out of 10. This hang, I'm assuming this is his main here. Either way, this hanger just looks freaking incredible, and I certainly would like to see a lot more from it in the future. Next up on the list, we have the clan, well, once the clan leader, Bravo Tango, and this dude is look at this hanger. I am genuinely nervous for this guy. Not because I think he's gonna get destroyed, it's just he's going to do the opposite. He's got maxed out Basagliare with Vindicatore. I'm sure this thing is a monster in pretty much every match when you're able to get it down. He's got a Raptor with the classic Aramis and Athos build. Interesting, the Aramis are not Mark III yet, but I guess you're making use of what you got. We got a Baihu Lynx with the interesting combination of the Athos and Subduer. I am a bit interested on how well that will perform, since either one of the other is going to perform better. He's even got does he have a stable conduit on all of his robots? I'll have to have a look. He's got an Mark III Achikachi with ultimate igniters and blaze. This is a genuine threat here. Like more terrifying than the Avengers or so. Or heck, even Thanos himself's gonna be scared of this. And probably the highlight of this hangar is look at this freaking Bagliore. Mark II with ultimate glories and a regular glory. I'm sure this thing is gonna one shot whatever it comes into its path because of the groundwork. And then last is the Shenlu, the classic Shenlu build with the Shenlu with Laming and Fangbao. Overall, I'm gonna obviously this hangar's gonna get a 10 out of 10 for me, primarily because of the Bagliore. Let's move on to the second one. No, I think this is. I'm pretty sure this is a storage hangar. We got another Basagliare with an almost maxed out pilot, the Cryptic Fenrir, Ivor Ivana, Siren, Achikachi, and an odd Mark III Achikachi with Vortex, Arbalest, Kreml, and Yoj. This is an absolute abomination, and I do not want to see this again. So, moving on, we have the oh look at that, we got a Reaver Bolt in here with Shifang and Ultimate Halo. I don't know if anyone's even tried to make use of the Reaver Bolt in Champion League. That it would be interesting. I think the only one I've seen, I think Predator tried to make use of it in one video when it came out, or it's just I'm getting tricked on. We got an Eiffel here with Baihu Basilisk and Crate. And that could be an interesting build. We got an Ardent Behemoth with Ardent Viper. We got a Pathfinder and Ravana with no weapons, respective in Mark III and Mark II. And there's just a Raker just right here. I'm pretty sure that's just to fill the spot. Moving on, we have a this looks like another storage hangar. We got a Kraken Indra, Sheriff Demeter, Scorpion, Quicksand Orpheon, a Freedom Fafnir with Freedom Scotty, and an Orpheon. Is the last one also a storage hangar? Oh, looks like it is. We got a Stellar Series, probably one of the most, probably tied with the Karura Aether as one of the most beautiful looking Titan Special Editions in the entire game. You got an Muji, love this thing, very underrated. Skyros, Gothic Mars, Frozen Leech, and our Lord and Savior Cossack randomly with a Techno Atomizer. Overall, this for once being the leader of the clan, man, this dude's hangar does not play around. This Bagley, obviously, just in general, this whole hangar is getting a 10 out of 10 from me. Shout out to the previous clan leader, Bravo Tango. And the last one here, we have the Dark Nobody War, or the Dark Legend, as he's called in War Robots, and from Reaper's Wrath himself. And as we have here, this hanger looks good, but I don't think it's as strong as Brava Tank. We got an Eiffel that's almost maxed out with a hybrid of the Stelia Veyron, Euvoras with Infernos. I'm pretty sure that's a good weapon combination, and definitely one I would be kind of scared of. Pop Mark II Pathfinder with Mark II Cryptic Hazards. That is an excellent build for the Pathfinder with a glider drone on top of it. I don't think the glider is the best fit for a Pathfinder, but you do what you do. A Cryptic Fenrir with the Tesla guns. That's gonna I know it's gonna get a little difficult to get close, especially with how many things lock you down these days. But still, this thing's gonna hurt real hard once you get close to something. So Baihu links with the Athos, just like what I said with Bravo Tango and his links. If one or the other, it's almost certainly best, in my opinion at least, to run one of the other. But still, this is a pretty good. And then it's got a Kestrel. I feel so bad for the people that are using the Kestrel since it's getting nerfed again. Here we have another Raptor, this time with Halo and Subduer. This is probably the most interesting build I've seen so far. Even the Shy Drone is pretty good on this thing. I don't know why he has the Hawkeye on his Fenrir and didn't put that on the Raptor. But I'm not the one complaining. The final one is the Curie with Cryptic Redeemer, all at Mark II. Overall, I'm going to give this hanger, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. And I don't think there's really anything dragging it down. I just think this hanger is pretty good. And we move on to a second one. And what have we here? We got ourselves a Baihu Luchador. We have a Baihu Luchador that's maxed out with Oolong Cinders and Baihu Basilisk. I think we should this generally looks like a storage thing. We got a Raven with Hussars and Scavenger Blaze. First time I've seen the Scavenger Blaze in so long. The Bulwark with Sinister Glacier. Again, love the Glaciers and such. Get a kick of that. Loki with Magnums. That work. I'm pretty sure that will work. The Mender with Sparks and Vortex. And the last one is the Fury with Terrymark Hell. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is either supposed to be a storage hanger or just a display one in general. Overall, I'm gonna give this one a 9 out of 10. I'm gonna keep it an 8 out of 10. Nothing too crazy, but I don't think it's much of a. I don't think that's much of a big deal, especially when you're that high in Champion League. Okay, I think that's going to wrap it up for today's video. And if you enjoyed it, be sure to be sure to leave a like. And as for these three players, huge shout out to them for participating. And I'm pretty sure I'll link their channels into the description, and so you can check them out as well. Either way, guys, that's gonna wrap it up. Be sure to be sure to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.